Hi there, Dr. Judy LeGrand again with Mindset Reset Podcast. Yay! Welcome, welcome. Today we're going to talk about creating a plan and taking action. And then later we're going to talk about saying no. It's safe to say no. So, all right, awesome. So now creating a plan and putting it into action. So, what is it that we are struggling with to create a plan? Why are we not creating a plan? Why are we not setting our goals? What is stopping us from achieving our goals or even creating a goal that we'd like to achieve? Some of us have dreams, right? Like, oh, well, someday, but we don't actually think about how to actually make it come true, right? Someday I'll get a beautiful yacht. Someday I'll take a trip to Europe, right? Someday. But we don't actually think about going online and looking to see how much it would be or cost to get there, right? We don't take that step. And why? It doesn't cost us anything to take that step. And all we have to do is type some things in, right? Or talk to somebody. Maybe we run into someone who actually, went on this trip. And if you think about it, where did you even get the idea that you wanted to go on that trip anyway? Like Fiji had to come from somewhere, right? Why would you want to go to Fiji? Why would you want to go live in those huts where the water's underneath? Like, you had to have seen it somewhere, right? Where you could see the fish underneath your feet, right? We saw it somewhere. Somebody talked about it. Somebody showed us a picture. Somebody showed us a video, right? It was somewhere or on a movie. But why did we never take the next step? Why did we not inquire about it? Are we really that busy? Are we really that disorganized that we couldn't take that next step to find out what it is that it would take to truly create or manifest that plan or that goal? So today is about taking action and actually putting what we talked about in the last two podcasts, putting it into action. So last week we talked about visualizing what it is that we would want, right? So whether it's a spouse or a trip or a car, was visualizing what it is that we would really like and knowing that we can have that. And now today it's about taking action and going online or talking to people or making a phone call, to taking that next step to creating an action plan, right? So the next thing would be is not only to just take one step, right? And within the next 24 hours, whatever that first step is, figure that out. In the next 24 hours, commit to yourself that you're going to do it for 24 hours. If you wait longer than 48, you're probably not going to do it, and just forget it. Just forget it. It's not going to happen. So the next 24 to 48 hours, commit to yourself that you're going to take one step, whether it's a phone call, look online, talk to somebody, watch YouTube videos, whatever it is. Take that next step within the next 24 hours, and then create a plan. The plan is, how long will this take me to achieve this goal? If it's a trip, how much time and how much money do you need to figure out how you can afford this so you can go? Are you going with other people, or are you just going by yourself, right? So creating a plan. Is it a 30-day goal? Is it a 60-day goal? Is it a 90-day goal? Which I strongly recommend, by the way, creating a 30-day goal, a 60-day goal, a 90-day goal, and a 1-year goal. So there's there's 4, right? So there's 4 that I would recommend. Then after that, you want to do a 5 and a 10. If you want to do more than that, then that's totally fine. But those are the ones that I strongly recommend. And then making them measurable. So telling yourself, okay, if you do a 1-year goal, I'm going to buy a new car by December, right? So it's a 1-year goal. All the money that you need saved, the insurance, what is it that you need by that time so you can buy it? Clearly, you need to call different dealerships. You need to know how much money the car is. You need to know what color you want, what kind of interior. Please don't do what I did. What color interior. And all the bells and whistles and stuff that are on there. Write it down. Write it down. Now I'll give you a little secret. White paper and blue ink are the manifesting frequency support system, whatever you want to call it. Georgetown, Yale, and I think Harvard, there were 3 of them that did a, what do I want to say? They did a, can't think of the word right now. But anyway, they all, shoot, what is it? It's driving me crazy. When they, like, some people use black ink and some people use blue ink. And all 3 of the colleges, or universities, I should say, they did this trial and error thing and figured out, they all came to a consensus that it was white paper, blue ink, that these people were starting to manifest their dreams on a faster and a more effective basis. Black ink, they figured out, was dead. So it's like, it's dead. It's not going to happen. May happen, but probably not, especially if it's about manifesting. So we don't want to use black ink. Black ink is for things that are like in the past or things that you're done with, right? That black ink is fine for that. Blue ink for things that you want and you want to manifest. I like to use pencil. Pencil, to me, in my mind, is for things you would like to shift and change, right? So you're open for it to shift and change. It doesn't have to be like this, set in stone. Creating a plan, but then also using the tools to help you propel you forward into creating and manifesting that plan on a deeper basis. Of course, as we had talked about before, it's the visualization, but also not only do you want to visualize this happening, you also want to feel it happening, knowing that it'll happen. You want to know that you are going to achieve this goal, like you knew you're going to stub your toe, like you knew you were going to drop your coffee. You want to know, feel, and think that you are going to achieve this goal wholeheartedly, 100%. It's going to happen. I don't know how. Doesn't matter how. Thank the Lord. It doesn't matter how. You just need to know it's going to happen. It's going to be okay. It's all going to work out. Make sense? Of course, you want to be able to measure that. And the way you can measure it is, you can kind of create it and be like a little bit creative and say, okay, well, I know that this is going to happen by, month 6 in the 6 months, because I will have this much money already saved, right? And at that point, then you really will know, like, okay, I'm doing what I said I was going to do because I said I was going to have so much money saved up. Month 6, I have that money saved up. And so I know I'm doing good. And then you can create another measurement, but creating your own measurements of letting yourself know that you're doing, things are working out. Now, if you lie to yourself, who are you hurting? Yourself, right? So don't lie, be legit. Okay, I didn't make the 6-month mark. Can I make it in the 8-month mark? Can I still make that work? Not really sure. I'll try, but I'm not really sure. Okay, well then can you push it out another 2 months, right? Or is it a necessity? Here's the thing about timing. It's really man-made and of the essence. It's not really that important. However, when we're manifesting and we're trying to make measurements and see how far we've come along, it helps us if we use time as part of a measurement for us to be like, okay, this is working, this isn't working, right? But does it really matter if you buy the car in December versus February, right? I think there's sales in like November, December, so you probably would want to buy it in November, December because the sales are better versus in February. So in that sense, that probably would make a difference. But if you didn't know that, would it have mattered? Then you bought it in February. You know what I'm saying? So there's different factors in figuring that all out. Does it really matter if you buy it 2 months later? The point is you achieved your goal, right? So is the goal more important or is the time more important? So what I'm really trying to say is give yourself some leeway, give yourself some slack, give yourself room to improve and also room to fail, right? So if this doesn't happen, it's okay because this happened, and I know that even if I push it off 2 months or 6 months, I'm still going to get it because this is my goal, and I'm not going to stop or quit until I get it, right? So maybe you realize 6 months in that there's just so much going on that the 1 year is just not likely. It's just not likely, right? Because of X, Y, and Z, who knows? All these different things have happened, the traumas and the dramas and this and that, right? And so it's just not realistic to achieve that goal in a year. Okay. But it is realistic to go 2 years or maybe 5 years, right? Depending on what it is that we're trying to achieve. Okay. Just don't quit. Just don't let go, right? Allow yourself leeway of time and the effort that it takes, right? Because sometimes 6 months from now we realize, okay, I would have really liked it in a year, but is it really feasible? I have to do all of these other things. I have to be in all these other places. Is it really, especially those of us who have children and spouses, there's a lot of other things besides us that we need to add into the mix, right? So it's not just as simple as making this plan, and because we have to take other people into account, right? So allowing yourself to change the time if it needs to be changed, and also I'm going back to the celebrity thing. Let's just say I wanted to be a celebrity forever and a day, right? And I find out that I have to belong to certain clubs I don't want to belong to. I have to do things I don't want to do, or be places I don't want to be, wear things I don't want to wear. Now all of a sudden, okay, I no longer want to be a celebrity because I don't want to do those things, right? It sounds great to be on TV and everybody love me and get all this praise, but all the things that you that they say that you have to do or suggest that you have to do, I'm not really willing to do. All right, I don't want to be a celebrity anymore, right? So allow yourself to shift and change, make different arrangements, make different choices that are better or best for you, right? Set yourself up to win, whatever that may be. So let's just say we wanted to lose weight. And maybe losing a pound a week is a little too much. Maybe a pound a month would be better. Or maybe it's something like, I want to get up every morning at 5 a.m. and I'm going to work out for an hour. But you haven't worked out in 5 years. That's probably not going to happen, right? But if I say, when I get up, I will work out for 20 minutes. Now that's not as harsh or in your face as I'm getting up at 5 a.m. and working out for an hour, right? When I get up, I will work out for 20 minutes. That's a lot lighter and that's a lot more feasible, right? When I get up, I'll work out for 20 minutes. Okay, so then in my mind, I'm like, okay, I have to get up because I want to work out for the 20 minutes, right? So set yourself up to win, create a plan, a winning plan, and do one thing to put it or take it into action. All right. And again, legrandcoaching@gmail.com if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. I'd love to hear from you. Love and hugs. That's it for today. Bye.